into the ring, the bell's about to chime. Turnbuckle Talk, we're here to shine. Flagship on the airwaves, leading the pack. Breaking news reviews, we've got your back. From the squared circle to the backstage news, we bring stories that you can't refuse. Turnbuckle Talk, the voice of the fight. Every slam, every suplex, every highlight. Tune in weekly, don't miss a beat. For the latest in wrestling, we bring the heat. From AEW to WWE, we cover it all from A to Z. Interviews, insights, and match reviews. If it's wrestling news, we've got the clues. From the squared circle to the backstage news, we bring stories that you can't refuse. Turnbuckle Talk, the voice of the fight. Every slam, every suplex, every highlight. Tune in weekly, don't miss a beat. For the latest in wrestling, we bring the heat.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday night time for some Turnbuckle Talk, episode 453. Let the games begin. It is Chris Best here alongside OMD. OMD, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing all right. I had a bit of a rough day. I know I don't say that often at work. Just physically demanding, so to speak. And, I'm actually in a little bit of pain today. But we're here to do what we do best, and that is talk our favorite subject, some pro wrestling.
Yeah, and let's get right into it. Let's get into the subject that I want to discuss, something that's practically near and dear to me a little bit here, and that's the WWE and their deal with Peacock is coming to an end. And everybody's wondering exactly where is the WWE's content going to go. Well, it's been revealed that they are going to slowly roll out their classic content across YouTube. They've already begun doing this by, with the WCW channel, the Undertaker channel, the WWE Vault channel. And I'll just put this out there, guys, for those who haven't been watching. We got Bobby Stats coming in saying hello, guys. He liked the video. Thank you, Bobby Stats, for that like. But for those who don't subscribe to the WWE Vault, I highly recommend you do, because there's a lot of classic content on there. They've been releasing a lot of like matches you've never seen before.
Okay.
And that's right up my alley, because I like watching my classic wrestling. OMD, what do you make of this stuff?
I am intrigued. I actually haven't subscribed yet to the WWE Vault channel. I do wish that they would actually bring it all over. And I know, like, unlike the US, we have everything on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
So I wish that we had that option. Would I be willing to pay a little bit more to have the quote-unquote network on Netflix? Yeah, I probably would, but I am glad that they are doing this and keeping it free on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm not one that's going to go back and really reminisce. One match I actually want to go back and watch, and I've got to go probably have to subscribe to the Vault channel, is my favorite match of all time, Shawn Michaels and the British Bulldog, for the Intercontinental Championship from Saturday night's main event.
You know what? That's one match I still have yet to see. But they are currently on the WWE Vault right now. They are currently doing a Saturday night's main event watch party, and they're playing all kinds of classic Saturday night's main event stuff on there.
Right.
And it's like I said, it's cool to see, and I want to see more of this classic content go there. And I don't want just WWE, WCW. It doesn't have to go straight to the Vault. I mean, WWE can open up a channel for AWA, show a bunch of their stuff. Open up a channel for ECW.
Yeah,
please.
100%.
Even WCCW, the Von Erichs promotion, they have almost all the footage from there, and I'm pretty sure Kevin Von Erichs got a lot of it too. And I know Kevin would likely say, "Hey, yeah, you can. Well, I'll help you throw this stuff up there."
Right. That being said, coming up a little bit later, that we can touch on that, because the Von Erichs are affiliated with AEW.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But
you
Kevin
know,
still has a good relationship with the WWE, anyways.
right. But so I am intrigued because this is something that I want to see. Now, again, I try and stay more up with the current product as opposed to going back and reviewing because, you know, I'd love to be able to, I should, because I'd love to be able to revive a show from The Godfather, Carl Carafel. And it's something that you and I have discussed as well. And that would be to bring back the Throwback Throwdown or Turnbuckle Rewind.
Yes.
So, like the fact that they are keeping it free and you're not charging your fans for more content is great. Because we know in the US, you've got 3 different TV deals plus the ESPN deal for PLEs.
Yeah.
So, this is a way to get your fans in the US, in your home base, that content to be able to watch. So,
Yeah, like, sorry, go ahead.
So I am intrigued by this, and I hope that the people, including myself, take advantage of this opportunity.
Oh, well, as I've said, I already have. Like right now, uh, they have a lot of right now. I'm looking at some of the listings that I have that the Vault channel is actually recommending to me. And right now, they're recommending a bunch of the Coliseum home video stuff, the ones that what Sean Mooney used to push, not the pay-per-views.
Yep.
The ones that had matches that were taped but not necessarily aired on Superstars or Wrestling Challenge, but taped for these tapes. And there's some pretty rare matches in there.
Right.
And it's worth it. And they've got a deep content of stuff too, because they also have Evolve. They can showcase a bunch of Evolve programming there.
Yep.
There were several promotions that they had, the libraries too, on the old WWE network.
Yep.
And
I mean, let's not forget, now you've got AAA under the WWE umbrella.
mm-hmm.
We suggested last night, maybe you now partner with TNA and their YouTube channel.
TNA's already been throwing up their classic stuff too.
So maybe now you partner with Pro Wrestling Noah.
Mm-hmm.
And start bringing some of this stuff to the forefront. Even go back to All Japan and even New Japan and your history with those companies.
Yeah, even though I think New Japan still has their AEW partnership, but
they do.
All in all is the more content I see coming to this channel, the more I'm excited to watch it.
Right.
I do kind of wish that we had the old WWE network back. We had it as an app and a channel up here in Canada. You guys in the States had it strictly as an app, but you were still able to watch live programming as it happened on there. And what I used to do was like on days where there was nothing on TV, I would turn on the WWE network and they would just play like classic wrestling pay-per-views all day.
Yep. I remember because I did subscribe to the WWE network, albeit briefly, when we had it. And you touched on that. I would love to have seen the network. But I would love to see all of that stuff, like I said, come to a streaming platform like Netflix where we've already got the access to it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that too. And I wouldn't mind that if they did that you create a section on Netflix where you can go to WWE. Because right now, I don't like the way that the new setup is on Netflix. I hate it.
Right.
But if you go into if you went into WWE and then from WWE, you pick Raw, SmackDown, the list goes on for all the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
And whatnot, all the show you pick all the shows that were ever created, or you can, if they want to upload WCW, ECW stuff there, you can go to WWE and then maybe under that category it says WCW, AWA, TNA, or not TNA, WCCW, all those programs.
Yeah,
Then from there, you pick the shows you want to watch.
100%.
That's what I would like to see. And that's what I liked about the network was how easy it was to navigate and easy it was to find like the program you wanted to watch.
Yep, I remember.
Netflix is a little bit cumbersome when trying to find the show you want to watch.
Right. The first show I ever watched on the network was the final WCW Monday Nitro.
Mine was SummerSlam 1989. The main event, Hulk Hogan and Brutus Beefcake versus Macho Man and Zeus.
Nice.
I only wanted to see that because I wanted to see Ultimate Warrior get back the Intercontinental title from Rick Rude because that match also happened on that show.
Right.
But I still am happy that they're doing it this way too, but I need maybe I just need a little bit more organization as far as YouTube goes so I can find the stuff. But I digress, and I think we should move on to our next story anyways.
I do too.
Let's move on to a quick little story that popped up over a couple of days, the last couple of days. We've got some information on Penta. Now, Penta's doctor had revealed that he's progressing well in his injury. It's a shoulder injury he suffered. They're not specific on what the injury was. And that he could very well be ready to go for the December 20th AAA show, in which he was scheduled to tag team with Rey Fenix to take on Dom and El Grande Americano. But he said that is up to WWE's prerogative, which we already know that.
Right.
It's very obvious news, but at the same time, it does make me wonder if his injury was as serious as we had thought it was.
Well, before seeing this article, and I'm actually just opening it for the first time, I had actually read on Sunday before this article came into the chat that Penta had actually been cleared.
Huh.
So I don't know. I think that, maybe WWE hold him off from that show. I know he probably wants to go and compete.
Yeah.
But I think just like any sport, like you're going to get, yes, they're cleared, they're ready to go. And I know that he's only been out a couple of weeks, so he's going to be up to snuff. There's no ring rust. But hold him off. Just make sure that he is back to 100%.
Yeah, so what would you do? What would you do with that match, the match that he was scheduled with? Because obviously Rey Fenix, Dom, and El Grande are still healthy.
I would either have Rey find a mystery partner, or I make it a triple threat, non-title, or you go with Grande versus Fenix in a number one contenders match.
Well, see, I thought of the mystery partner thing too, and then I'm like, well, okay, who else is having problems with Dom and El Grande in AAA? And I'm like, Dragon Lee is.
Yeah,
Dragon Lee and Rey Fenix. Have them two team up to take on Dom and El Grande. But if you can't do that, then I would take El Grande out of the picture, and then I would make a championship match between Rey and Dom.
What about if you have AJ Styles and Dragon Lee go and do that match? AJ's got his history with Dom and wants the Intercontinental Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Why not put the WWE Tag Team Championships on the line?
You could do that. I got to look at the card though, because I thought I heard that AJ was scheduled somewhere else on that card.
Okay.
But again, I feel like it might be too soon. I gotta see what Penta's injury is first of all,
right?
To make that proper decision, to make that assessment myself, because I've had shoulder injuries my whole life. I'm still dealing with the one here that doctors haven't looked at. So, it feels like, because it was only like a month ago that Penta was hurt. and that they had to call off the match. So
That was just,
again,
I think, 2, maybe 3 weeks ago.
it was
It
a
was
month
his
ago.
match against. Really?
Yeah. It was like 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks is approximately a month. Yeah, it was that long ago because it was the match against Solo.
Yeah.
And I think it's too soon. Sure, he's rehabbing at a great pace. Maybe he's Super Cena because John Cena. I mean, that
Yeah.
injury that was supposed to take him out for a year, and he was back in 3 months.
Yep.
But again, Penta, man, I don't think Penta should do this match. And if he does, it needs to be some kind of light work. Like maybe he comes in and throws a couple punches. Let Ray carry most of the work on their team.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do like your idea too of taking Dom out of the equation. I think you got to put Dom somewhere else on that card still, because I think Dom is the selling point for that card.
He is.
Um,
You do a one-off Dom versus your guy, Mr. Iguana.
I'd be fine with that. I'd be even more fine if it was Joe Hendry. Hey, that's something that I just thought about. I mean, Joe Hendry just signed with WWE. Imagine him showing up in Mexico. I think they'd have fun with that. But
they would.
But I think this is it's too soon. I think it is too soon.
I'm 100% with you.
I'm just it scares me to think that if WWE says he's clear, it scares me what could happen in that match to him. Because I mean, look at the caliber of work that they do in AAA for one thing.
Yeah.
It's all mostly high flying, mostly big spots. They build to the big spots.
Right. The other name that I can put in there, and it's not someone I want to see in that spot. We've had this discussion off stream, but Ray.
I mean, if it's a way to further the feud, it's too soon. But I could see it happening.
Yeah.
Because right now, what I like is those subtle teases that they're doing.
Yeah.
This feud.
Yeah. The tag team known as Ray, Phoenix, and Mysterio. Ray, Phoenix, Mysterio.
But I think, honestly, I do think the best option is to take El Grande Americano out of the equation and have it Ray versus Dom, because I think Dom was the crux. Dom is the crux of this whole situation that's going on in AAA right now. Andrew, we'll get to your comment when we get to the showstopper segment.
Yes.
But yeah, it's too soon for Penta. But on that note, I think it's time we take ourselves a commercial break.
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at carlcarafel.redbubble.com.
And ladies and gentlemen, for all your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs, turnbucklestudios.org is the place to be. Meet the team. Chris Best, myself, Bubba Duke, Chris Parrish, Carl Carafel. Get our socials. Watch our latest weekly live episodic shows. Hit the join button to send us your credentials. Tell us how you can help us, how we can help you, and we can sit down as a collective and figure out the right fit. And of course, hit the shop button to go to carlcarafel.redbubble.com. Get all your Turnbuckle affiliation program merch. Support your favorite shows, your favorite podcasters. Wear what we wear. And all of those proceeds come back into our studios so we can bring you a better viewing experience. Turnbucklestudios.org, ladies and gentlemen. Do it, and do it now.
Yeah. Hitting that leg spike just a little bit. There we go. But now we got to move on. We got 2 stories involving one man right now. And that is Mr. John Cena. John Cena recently. Oh, I'll let you take this one, OMD, since you're the one who showed this story.
So this was a one of a kind. This was the first ever at Lodestone camp, hosted by Bayley. And John Cena, out of the kindness of his heart, showed up. He wasn't scheduled to appear. He didn't have to appear. He did it. And he wasn't just there. He stayed for 8 hours. Watched 10 matches, all women's matches. And he addressed each and every trainee there, one-on-one, answering questions. This is incredible. And I mean, what more can we say about this man?
I mean, here's the thing that I think about when we see that John Cena had the time to sit down and interact one-on-one with all of these wrestlers. It is common knowledge that when you're a rookie in this business, and yes, a rookie, because a lot of these women, maybe have only a handful of years. One of them was actually Bayley's super fan. Izzy was there as well, doing the training. But it's one of those things where, and this, you can vouch for this because I know you've done it too in a wrestling locker room, as have I. When the veteran comes to speak to you, to tell you stories, to teach you how to hone your craft a little bit, you listen.
Yes.
You listen to everything that they tell you. You take what they have told you and you apply it to your craft. That's why I give all my credit, like all the things I've learned about being a manager when I started off in wrestling, to Precious Paul Wright, because that guy sat with me for like it was like 2 to 3 hours at least. We sat and we came up with all the nuances that my character was going to do, and all I told him was, I'm going out there. I'm managing Mr. Business. At the time, he was wrestling under the name Balak. And he's like, okay, what's your character? I'm like, I was thinking more like a Big Daddy Cool Diesel type. And then we took that and we broke it down to every nuance that I should be doing out there.
Yeah.
And it worked. And I'm sure you've got stories like that yourself, OMD. I mean, again, this is the veterans giving back to the business.
Yep, absolutely. My first match was with a gentleman we don't discuss much. But I was also working with some of the younger guys who have been around that company, and it was for Superior Wrestling Alliance across the river in Sioux, Michigan.
Okay, yeah.
And I was actually working really well before the show with Brian McLeod and another guy. So working on just the basics.
Yeah.
And just going over that and just the repetition. And I can credit our friend Diego, who has spent time with me in the ring. I mean, the Godfather, Carl Carafel, and I have always been, in one way, shape, or form, linked with each other in the ring as well. So, you listen, you watch, you study, you take it in. I'd like to read this quote from Bayley for this.
Yes, please.
The first is forever, Lodestone 25. Thank you, John Cena. As we are exactly 1 week away from his last match, John showed up today, watched 10 women's matches, and spent 8 hours with us. Legit, 8 hours. No conversation or piece of advice could have impacted me the way he did today by just showing up. Not just for me, but for each person in that room. This meant the world. I'll always strive to be what John Cena was today, the GOAT.
And you know what though? This is the thing when I think about Bayley, right? Sure, we think Becky, and a lot of people call her Becky Hogan, but that's neither here nor there. I view Bayley in the same light as I view John Cena. There's a lot of women out there that I've spoken to that have been inspired by Bayley, and it's not just getting into the wrestling business, but it's also getting into the various fields of professionalism that they want to get into. They look at Bayley and the amount of hard work that she has put through in the business, not just in WWE, but during her runs on the independent circuit. This
Right.
woman she's a grinder. She grinds her
Yeah.
way to get to where she is. It took her a while, if you recall correctly,
Yeah.
to get from NXT to the main roster. She was not called up alongside Becky, alongside Charlotte, alongside Sasha. She came up after them.
She did, but a part of that was her own choice too, because she wanted to work and help make sure that next group of NXT women was
Mhm.
ready. This camp also featured appearances by Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, Roxanne Perez, Lyra Valkyria, Maxine Dupree, Natalia, TJ Wilson, and Tyler Breeze.
Again, this is where you want to listen, especially with the caliber of somebody like Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
She's got the pedigree. You want to listen to her for sure.
Yes.
And I can imagine what they were doing. Like, I can imagine Charlotte giving her thoughts on things. And I remember very vaguely another story working in the locker room and seeing a guy, and I'm pretty sure you know this guy, Chris Thorne,
Yep.
giving out advice. Like, dude, that guy was just giving back to the business, and just everybody was lapping it up. And I remember that very correctly.
Literally, Chris Thorne, Rip Impact.
Mhm.
There was a tag team. It was a 6-man that I worked with, a tag team called Sanity's Requiem. And
I've heard of
again,
them.
just sitting there and listening to them before the match, after the match, everything, like the nicest guys.
Mhm. And this doesn't just translate in the pro wrestling world. This also translates in the film world and in the podcasting world as well. If you've got somebody who's got, well, actually, it translates to like all of your field of work. If you've got somebody who's been around there for years and years and years and wants to teach you the proper way to do things, listen to them. Don't go
Yes.
into your new job thinking you can do it.
No. This initiative and this, Bayley, all the credit to you, girl. I love you for this. Bayley's Lodestone initiative is designed to provide women outside WWE the rare chance to learn directly from industry leaders.
Mhm.
And Cena was unprompted. Like, he wasn't asked to be there. He just showed up.
Yeah.
And that shows you the type of man he is. He didn't need a camera around him. Just, you know what? No, I'm going to go. I want to talk to these young up-and-comers so that they can have that chance. Whether they're going to start in TNA, AEW, wherever they may.
Yeah, and that's going to take us right to our next John Cena story. I don't have the graphic for it because it came to me at the last minute. But John Cena's WWE time, his time in the ring may be done, but his time with the WWE isn't. It has been announced today that he has signed a 5-year ambassador role deal. And what did I say, OMD, on Friday night SmackDown?
Yep.
I said he was going to become an ambassador for the WWE.
This was something that really was not coming out of left field. I think this is something we all knew was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
We know he's busy with his Hollywood project. We know that, this coming Saturday, that's it. We also know that he is scheduled for the Raw after WrestleMania.
Is he now?
He is.
I did not know that.
So this really isn't a surprise. And again, this is a way for John to give back, perhaps still do the Make-A-Wish.
Yeah, and that's a lot of a lot of what a lot of wrestlers in that ambassador role do. I've seen Titus O'Neil do it. John Cena is going to continue to do it. I can see when the WWE wants to come into a new country, they're going to send John Cena over to talk with them. John Cena is going to be that guy to be there. He's going to be that guy that's at the press conferences for WrestleManias and shows that they're going to maybe do in Saudi Arabia, or if they're going to do a pay-per-view, say in Japan, he's going to be on the press. He's going to be doing the pressers for that. And like I said, I 100% expected him to be going into this role. And I think that this ambassador role is also going to allow him to continue on being a merch seller for the WWE, being in the video games for the WWE as well as co-promoting some of his films through WWE as well. I think there's got to be a little bit more juice to that contract than we're seeing.
I don't think you need to promote your films. I know I've said the same thing about Dwayne, who we will touch on here in a little bit. And I don't need John to become that PR stunt. John's movies sell themselves.
Yeah, but that's what the ambassador role is, though, is you're basically doing PR for the WWE.
Yeah.
He's going to be also like with the Be a Star kind of stuff, the Connor's Cure, all that stuff. He's going to be at the forefront of helping. I think Stephanie McMahon is in charge of it. I think so. He's going to be at the forefront of helping her with that.
Right.
I'm
excited about it. Are we going to see the You Can't See Me podcast coming up very, very soon on the WWE channel?
I mean, he just did a podcast with Chris Van Vliet, so I'm fully interested in listening to that one, because we talk about wrestlers that have kept their characters close to their chest. John Cena was actually kind of one of them.
Yep.
I'm excited to see exactly where this ambassador this ambassador role takes him and the kind of work that he's going to be doing. Like I definitely want to see them expanding into other countries. And like I said, that's where your ambassadors come into play. That's where they used to send the legends. That's where Titus O'Neil has been going to help everything out. I can 100% see them doing well, like for instance, when they did the pay-per-view in Australia there not too long ago.
Yeah.
And you saw like Tourism Australia, and you had Grayson Waller was doing all the promotional work for that. I could see John Cena doing that kind of stuff too.
100% I could. 100%.
Yeah. But speaking of John, sorry, go ahead.
Would you like to see John Cena start doing some of the pre-show panels?
Depending on his availability, I could see him coming in and doing that, but I don't want him to hop into that right away. Because I think with this ambassador role, sure, it's probably going to start taking shape after this Saturday when his in-ring deal comes to an end.
Yes.
I want to see him take a few months to figure himself out first.
Yeah.
Maybe, I mean, I know Peacemaker's got him pretty busy, so he can maybe go back and go and focus on that a little more.
Yep. He's got, I think, we know he's got the Matchbox movie that's coming.
Yeah.
We know he's got a new movie coming to Netflix fairly soon, as well, as he announced after SummerSlam or before SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So he does have his fingers in a lot of pies.
Now, do you think he could be nominated for an award like our next story with the Rock? Yeah, The Rock has been nominated, guys, for the best male actor in a drama for The Smashing Machine. He's being nominated for a Golden Globe. This is a huge deal because the Golden Globe is considered one of the major awards in entertainment. And this is, by my account, from all of the research I've done, this is the first time a wrestler has been nominated for this, or at least a former wrestler has been nominated for this.
Yes.
And I knew months ago when I saw the trailers for Smashing Machine, I have yet to see the movie myself. I knew that this was going to be making the award circuit. What about you?
I had heard a lot, and then like it was leaving all of the original reviews, teary-eyed and 10 out of 10. And then from everything I heard after that, it was a complete box office flop.
Okay, but there's a difference there, right? Because there are good movies that were box office flops. That means a flop means that they didn't make the money back.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that the movie was bad or the movie
No.
was good.
Again, and I'm trying to keep my bias out of this, to be honest, because I am not a fan of The Rock.
Okay, but let's ask this question then. Does this open up the world of acting for further wrestlers to take on these more dramatic roles instead of being the action stars that they always seem to be cast as?
Oh, absolutely it does. I mean, yes, we see it more typically in the action stars because that's what they're used to. That's what we're used to seeing them as.
Mm-hmm.
Because wrestling is just like a live movie each and every week.
Right.
So I think it does. Do I necessarily think The Rock is going to win? No, I don't know the other nominees.
And he's got some pretty stiff competition. If you give me 2 seconds while you go on, I will look up his competition.
But then you have to look at a guy like a Paul Walter Hauser, who was a huge wrestling fan, won a Golden Globe, and then got into the wrestling business.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be very intriguing because it's going to depend. And I mean, we all know as well here at the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, I am not the movie guy. I
That's
can
me.
barely stay awake through a movie. Yes, Mr. Best is our movie guy. Like I said, I'm trying to keep my bias out of it. Would I like to see The Rock win? Yes, because he was a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
But
because it could turn the eyes of Hollywood onto some more of our wrestlers.
It absolutely could.
Yeah. I have the list of contenders he's up against here.
Okay.
So he's up against Joel Edgerton for Train Dreams. Stiff competition there because he was fantastic in that movie.
Okay.
Oscar Isaac for the new Frankenstein movie that just came out.
Okay.
Which, from all accounts that I've seen, another fantastic movie. Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent, which is I'm not familiar with that one yet. I'm gonna have to look that one up. And Jeremy Allen White for the Bruce Springsteen movie Delivering Me from Nowhere, in which he played Bruce.
Right.
And that's stiff competition there because I've heard a lot of good stuff about the Bruce Springsteen movie too.
Yes.
But yeah, all the power, like even just being mentioned along with those people, that gets your foot further into the door. That's going to turn producers' eyes to you to know that you were mentioned alongside those actors.
Yeah.
That and gets your foot in the door even further.
We've seen The Rock do a dramatic role before with Gridiron Gang.
And he was great in that movie.
We've seen Cena get himself out of just being the action star. Yes, he had the Marine. Yes, he had the original 12 rounds. But then you look at the one he did with Amy Schumer, the rom-com.
Yeah. That was a weird one, but it was funny. John Cena's roles in it was funny.
You look at blockers.
I don't know that one.
I had to bleep a word before blockers. Ricky Stenicki.
I've been told by our own godfather, Carl Carafel, to watch that movie.
He also did one that was it was an action remake of a Nicolas Cage movie, like Leaving Las Vegas or something like that.
Yeah. And then you look at like what he's doing with Peacemaker. Peacemaker is like a mix of comedy and action.
Yeah.
And that's John Cena as well. But like, I think that this could open the door for other wrestlers that have wanted to get into Hollywood. I mean, Cody Rhodes, as I'm looking at him on my YouTube stuff here, Cody Rhodes has mentioned he wants to get into Hollywood and dabble a little bit into acting. You could go to him. You could go to Roman Reigns, who's already got his foot in the door by doing Hobbs and Shaw. And I've seen Hobbs and Shaw, and from personal experience, I loved him in that movie.
Right.
He was great in that movie. He was in the movie for maybe 20 minutes tops, but still, the stuff that he did was awesome.
Right. Let's not forget that Roman Reigns and Cody have Street Fighter.
Yeah, there's a pile of wrestlers that are going to be in that movie.
You've got Bobby's coming in suggesting Liv Morgan. She's got Bad Lieutenant.
Yep.
You look at the names that, both of Liv Morgan and Charlotte Flair were unfortunately pulled by WWE from the Queen of the Ring movie.
Yeah.
So, and then you go back and you look at, the movie that was filmed here, The Masked Saint, that you worked on with Roddy Piper.
Yeah, that had Roddy Piper. RJ City was in it. A pile of our local guys were in it. There was a few others. I can't think of his name, but he was the main villain in the wrestling scenes. He was in it too. He was both a wrestler and a stunt double though. But he dabbled more into stunt work afterwards. I've learned.
Back in the days of video store rentals, I had actually found one when we had a Rogers video that featured Rob Van Dam, Rey Mysterio, and a few others, a whole host of others at that one time.
Yeah.
CM Punk's got his foot in the movie door with a few.
And I mean, we can't mention all the movies that wrestlers have done without mentioning the man who basically started it all in the late Hulk Hogan with Rocky III, with No Holds Barred, Suburban Commando, Mr. Nanny, Santa with Muscles.
Yep. I mean, Roddy Piper and They Live, Jesse Ventura and Predator.
Yep. Oh yeah, Jesse Ventura. Oh no, Hogan did do Rocky III before Predator came out.
Yeah.
But I think we need to take another commercial break and get ready for our showstopper segment.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, video games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
And ladies and gentlemen, once again, that website for you is turnbucklestudios.org for all your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs. We want your help. Hit that join button, scan that QR code. Tell us how you can help us, how we can help you, and we can sit down and as a collective and figure out the best fit. Hit the shop link to go to carlcarafel.redbubble.com and get all your Turnbuckle affiliation program merch. Meet the team under the host section: Chris Best, myself, Bubba Duke, Chris Parrish, and Carl Carafel. Watch our latest weekly live episodic shows. Each will be uploaded the night of. Turnbucklestudios.org, ladies and gentlemen. Do it, and do it now.
And yeah, guys, it is our showstopper segment of the week. We are talking Let the Games Begin. We all know about Netflix, and they're making a purchase to Warner Brothers Discovery, but now there's another player in the game. That's right, guys. Paramount Plus, Sunday night, launched a hostile takeover bid for Warner Brothers Discovery worth an astounding $108 billion. This is gigantic right now. Paramount is looking to get Netflix out of here and wants to take over here. They want to take over Warner Brothers Studio operations and HBO Max, everything that's within that division. I don't know where AEW fits there, but this is where I got to beg the question: where does AEW fit with this whole situation? Does Paramount take AEW in this situation?
I don't know, to be honest, because whatever way you cut it, whether it's Netflix, whether it's Paramount, you're still working alongside TKO, as Paramount is the home of UFC.
Paramount is only the streaming home, though. They only have the streaming rights. TKO doesn't own Paramount.
No. But even still, you're working alongside TKO.
This is true, but at the same time, up here in Canada on TSN, AEW and UFC used to air on the same channel.
They did.
Sorry if I'm poking holes in your thing there, but...
Well, no, because again, I haven't read the article. I had read the Netflix article.
Yeah.
So, but this was a cash offer. And with Netflix, they were not taking TNT, TBS. Those were being spun off into another group. So I don't know.
Yeah, because I'm wondering now, because, yeah, as you had said, Netflix was going to break it down and just take the streaming stuff that they wanted to stream. It looks to me like, based off of the stuff that I've read, Paramount wants to take it all. And again, that's where do they carry over the deals that AEW had with Warner Brothers for streaming, or HBO Max? And again, this is only in the States, so this doesn't right now. I don't know if this affects us up here in Canada, and I kind of hope it does, because I wouldn't mind. I'd get Paramount Plus again just so I can watch AEW pay-per-views at my leisure, because I don't want to sit there for 5 hours on a Saturday watching 15 matches.
The thing is, like, with the AEW pay-per-views, those are already available on Prime, and Paramount Plus for us is a subsidiary of Prime, and you still have to pay full pay-per-view price.
And not unless you actually get, well, yeah, I suppose that, but I would change that model if I were Paramount Plus.
I would too.
I would change that model if I were Netflix as well. If this does come to fruition, or if AEW has to shop for another streaming network.
Yeah, and I mean, if I'm AEW, and I said this when we first heard about the WWE going to Netflix, and we had that bidding war for all three shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have loved to see either of these companies go to Prime, because then you use Prime shipping for your stores.
Yeah. I also want to add to what you had said about Paramount Plus being a part of Amazon. They're only a part of Amazon for streaming purposes as well, because you can get Paramount Plus on its own. You can, up here in Canada, you can get it without paying for Prime, which is actually a very nice feature. It's the same thing with Crave up here as well. But this move by Paramount just came out of left field. Like, I don't even think they were in the list of possible streamers that we talked about a couple weeks ago.
They were, but it was, the Netflix offer came to light first, so that's why, like, we were talking about this off stream the one night.
Mhm.
You, myself, and I believe Parrish. And again, I would love to see AEW come to Netflix again. It gives it to us at our leisure.
Mhm.
There was the suggestion floated of potential for more crossover. I don't need that. If you're going to do that, wait, let AEW develop for a year on Netflix. Let the growth happen and check your ratings for all the programming.
Okay, so I'm not opposed to two competing wrestling companies sharing the same streaming platform.
Not at all.
I don't want them to be partnering up with each other. Like, I don't, if Kenny Omega, for instance, works in AEW, I don't want him showing up on Monday Night Raw.
No, I'm not saying
I
crossover.
I kind of want that healthy. I know. I mean, I'm saying it from my point that I want that healthy competition.
Yeah,
I mean, up here in Canada during the Monday Night Wars, we had both WWE and WCW on the same channel,
yeah,
with the exception of Saturday nights because WCW Saturday Night aired on TBS.
yes,
But it was nice to see that because we just like, unlike you guys and you wrestling fans in the States, in the 90s, we had a one-stop shop for wrestling. And I kind
yeah,
of wouldn't mind that again.
yeah, absolutely.
Um, but at the same time, I kind of like the idea of AEW going to Paramount Plus because Paramount, from by all accounts that I've seen over the last several months, they are making a play hard to get into the sports game, as is Netflix. I mean, Paramount, like, I can't count how many times I watched a Cincinnati Bengals game this season, and they were, if it aired on CBS, they were promoting Paramount Plus
Oh,
and the NFL
absolutely.
big time because
Absolutely. Well,
CBS is under the Paramount name.
yes. Yes, Paramount owns CBS.
Yeah.
This was what was it, $108 billion cash offer.
Yeah. And the question and now the question remains with Warner Brothers. They've got they have a serious they got to figure out what their best option is here. And it's hard for me to say what their best option is because, to be fair, with Paramount Plus and Netflix, I like both platforms on a personal note.
Right. I think if you take the Paramount offer, though, it becomes more of a take the money and run type of deal.
Yeah.
Whereas with Netflix, you do have that aspect, but there is the opportunity for growth.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too, is they got to look at the reach that Paramount Plus has versus what Netflix has. I think Netflix has a bigger reach than Paramount Plus does.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you there.
And I think if you're going to do Paramount Plus, that again limits your audience. And if you do move to a Netflix or something like that, if the Netflix thing does happen, it's going to open your audiences even more. And here's the other thing too, with this HBO Max thing, if Netflix does take it, what does that mean up here for us in Crave TV? Because HBO Max is on Crave TV up here.
Yes, it is.
And we get all of the streaming stuff that Warner Brothers has there. We get it on Crave. We don't get AEW there because of TSN having the rights to AEW.
Right. But as we discussed with AMC US and AMC Canada being two completely different things, again, is this two completely different things? Are we looking at this just being for the US, or is it for worldwide?
Well, to use the HBO Max again on Crave, the reason why they had done that is so that HBO and HBO themselves can have a further reach than what they have. And up here in Canada, a lot of our streaming platforms, with the exception of Netflix, like to kind of pair off with one another. Like Prime Canada, we've got all these different subscription options under Prime, and I'm pretty sure that's the same thing in the States. Crave TV is the same way too. You have HBO, Stars, and there's several others too. Disney Plus up here for a while was like that too,
Right.
where you had to pay extra to subscribe to their Stars platform as well.
Right. Let's not forget when we're watching TV and we get a commercial for something on CTV, it always says streaming next day on Crave.
Yeah.
So I would, if I'm TSN, let's carry AEW, stream it the next day on Crave because TSN CTV are affiliated.
Yeah, that you know what, you just made me think, like, because TSN Crave is owned by Bell Media up here in Canada.
Yeah.
TSN has nothing on there because they've got their own streaming thing, but it doesn't make sense to me now. Why not put TSN stuff on there? That's neither here nor there, but I'm very intrigued to see where this goes and what this equals for AEW. Do they retain the original deals that AEW had with Warner Brothers, or do they have to, or does Warner Brothers now have to back out on this deal? And do we see AEW go to a whole different streaming platform, or does AEW even create their own streaming platform?
Right. I mean, we also know that Tony Khan has been looking for a TV deal for Ring of Honor. And that still has to come into play.
Yeah, that's been something he's been trying to look for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
And if I'm him with the ROH, I would probably look at well, the deal with Sinclair came to an end with ROH, so I don't know if he wants to go back to that.
Sinclair, the reason that deal came to an end is because Sinclair went bankrupt.
I know. Because that's how I used to watch my ROH. Was because our Fox affiliate up here is a Sinclair-owned network.
Yep.
Or was. But that's neither here nor there. And this just raises more questions. And we are rounding out to that 1 hour mark. So I think it is time. Sorry, you were going to say?
But we do have to tell the people about all of the wonderful programming we have here each and every night of the week.
Yeah, so take a look at that, guys, as soon as I can pull it up here.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for Impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the SmackDown security detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
And once again, ladies and gentlemen, turnbucklestudios.org, or click that QR code, the place to be for all your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs.
That's right, guys. If you want to follow us, all you got to do is just go to turnbucklestudios.org, click hosts. You'll be able to find our socials there. OMD, what are those famous words we like to go out on?
Ladies and gentlemen, always remember the world is better with you in it. From all of us here at Turnbuckle Studios and Turnbuckle Talk, to those of you out there wherever you are, good night, good luck, we out.
Flagship show setting the tone. In the world of wrestling we stand alone. With news and reviews, we lead the way. Turnbuckle Talk every day. Turnbuckle Talk every day.